Good morning, students. Today I am going to revise third unit, Theory of Production. Theory of production is the process of transferring the various input. Like we know what do you mean by production? Input, process, and output. Inputs in the sense what are the various input we can give? Man, machine, material, money. So these is going to be converted, transmitted to the process by the way of process, some methods, models, or way of proceeding by the that is mean process, and it is converted into output like a product and services. Here, this is going to be a theory of production. Now I am explaining what is that. Production is the process of transferring various input, land, labor, capital, organization into output. Production theory speaks of relations between the input and the output. Okay, this is going to be a theory of production concept. Clear? What is that? Hence, the entire manager is confronted with the problem of reducing the cost. Each and every product, if you are manufacturing whatever it may be, what our thinking is, cost of production has to be must very less. Well, it has to be less in the sense we have to utilize the input in effective manner. Okay, production theory studies the relationship between various variable possible inputs and output combinations. The factors of production is nothing but input of production. Okay, factor of production means what that we know a man, machine, material, money of the organization is going to be a factors of production. What is the objectives of production? The main objective what it is, we want to minimize the cost of production. Okay, it has to be reach the customer effectively. The product has to be very quality, and our profit has to be maximization. This is the major thing, isn't it? The term of the firms refers as an establishment which perform all the entrepreneurial function. What is the entrepreneurial function is going to be? With reference a unit of production, therefore it may be defined as unit of production. A firm may own manage one factory or more than one factory of manufacturing the same reduction or even different products. Okay, we are already familiar with that microeconomics and the macroeconomics, isn't it? So in that we are going to see what are the major objectives. Okay, the owners of the firm may aim at some objective which are non-monetary in nature, of course. Okay, such as personal ego, satisfy the customer with the product, and it will not give any monetary, like they want to it will not give monetary, but it will give a goodwill of the company, increase the goodwill of the company. Okay, it may decide to acquire economic power and therefore enter into the productive activity. Clear? The third point, what is done, it want to engage itself in some occupation, therefore may undertake producing whatever we want to produce. Okay, it may seek maximization output, and so that economies grow what they are decided. It may produce goods and with and on humanitarian grounds distribute them into public freely, or no profit or no loss basis. Clear? What it mean by production function? Production is the result of combined efforts with various factors we discussed. What are the various factors? What is the production functions which? The technology relationship between the physical output and physical quality of input is referred to as a production function. Once again, I am repeating, technological relationship between physical output and physical quantity of input, okay, is referred to as a production function. It shows the relationship between the quantity of output, how much they are producing, and various input, how much we are given. Clear? Hence the price factor is not going to be considered. Production is the transformation of physical inputs to physical output, that only very clear. Okay, the change in production, present production technology will result in the change in the production function. Very very simple, basic. Okay, I can give one algebraic formula how we can production function can be. Production is going to be a function of L, L, C, O, M, M, etc. Whatever additionally we can put. What do you mean by production? P in the sense output. What is the output we are getting? F means function of. What is the function? What the function relation we are having? So LL and all we know, no, labor, land, capital, ownership, material, machinery, money, process, methodology, formulas, everything. Okay, production function one assumption we are here, because all the production function will not going to be the same. It is going to be different from one product to another product, one company to another company. Clear? Production function follow the same assumptions. What are the assumptions? The production function is related to the particular period of time. First thing, there is no change in technology. It is not possible, because frequently the technology will be changing day by day. It has to be upgraded. Okay, the procedure is using the best technique available. The factors of productions are divisible. Production functions can be fitted to a short run or to a long run, any one, either they are saying. Okay, this is the major assumptions of the production function. Now we are going to discuss about Cope-Douglas production function. It is 2 mark question as well as 5 mark question. Frequently they will be asking. Who is that Cope-Douglas? Actually, he is the author. Okay, he find that indicating the production quantity to find out the relations between physical rate of input and physical rate of output function. So whatever input we are giving, how much output we are getting, whether it is worthable or monetable or not. That is what we are going to discuss in the Cope-Douglas equation. Okay. In this, the following formula was used to relating the output manufacturing industry 1899 to 1922, or the period we are using. The algebraic form of production may be stated as P is equal to function of CL. What do you mean by C? Capital. L means labor. They are going to make a function of production output. If you are giving how much capital we are investing, how many labors they are working. These two functions may be calculated, and it will give a production output. Okay. In this, we are going to see that isoquants. What do you mean by isoquants? Iso means the word itself, it says equal. Clear, equal or unique, we can say. Isoquant shows the production function with the two variable inputs, two variable, capital and labor, we can say. Okay, the word is iso means equal, quant means quantity, so equal quantity. Quants are also equal product curve. An isoquant shows all possible combination of two inputs, like a capital or labor, okay, which can produce a particular quantity of output. The different points of isoquants curve shows that different combination of two inputs. That is the major. Okay, two input, different combination of two inputs, how it gives the output. That is what we are going to discuss. Isoquant curves also called isoproduct curves or product indifference curves. It's a slope down towards the left to right. In the graph I will show you. In this law of production it will say, okay, law of production or law of returns. While production functions specify the relationship given quantity of output and certain quantity of inputs, that we know very well. Law of production stated that relational output, what the relations between the input which we are giving. Okay, the law which explains the input and output relation in what way? Law of variable proportion, law of return to scale. Law of variable proportion means what? Law of variable proportion is known as law of returns, is associated with short-term production function. Okay, in this law of variable proportion is fundamental law of diminishing return. Normally, this law operates when the factor proportions are variable by keeping certain factors constant. It is common experience for every farmer that is more or more lab. Our capital or employee employed and given price of land, the total return increase after point less than proportionate or at the diminishing rate. In the some assumptions we are having, what is the major assumptions? Okay, one factor is fixed, the another factor is variable. Okay, the method of production remains unchanged. That is also an assumption only. There is no changes in production techniques. That is not possible, because changes in production techniques is already possible. We will upgrade it, isn't it? The variable factors are homogeneous and identical in amounts of quantity. So these are all the various assumptions we are having. One example also I have given. When we assume the farmer had 10 acres of land and increasing output, on the land. The farmer has to increase this examples of the land fixed factors, and the labor and capital are variable. Okay, land will not change. 10 acre is going to be fixed. Okay, but how many laborers are working, how much investment he is going, that is going to be a variable. Okay, the input output relationship is observed that the following table. Just to see this table, total production, average production, marginal production. Okay, number of variables, labor, if one person working, total production get average also, same marginal also. If we are adding two, okay, the total production ultimately it will increase. Average production, so 20 divided by 2, 10. But marginal in the sense it will be vary at some, because some of the effective work is taken, which I am giving 2% is doing, so divided by 2, maybe 1% marginally he is producing, means it will be increasing. So as long as it will be increasing in the such a way. So this example will be help you to how to find out. Just to see this diagram, stages showing the diagram. This is the production. This is going to be output of the variables. Okay, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. And total production, average production and marginal production. How it is going to be slightly increasing as well as it is decreasing. That is what we are going to see in this. Okay, in the first stages, total production increases at the increasing the rate all the stages. Marginal production, it is also the same, remaining the same. Average also is going to be quite. It is also increase and reaches the maximum increase. The second stage, what will happen? Increase is the diminishing rate and reach its maximum point. But in average, in the sense, what is the average stage? Stage is going to be, marginal stage is going to be decrease and it become zero also. Marginal production, quite average production start decreasing, but it will not come to, because it's almost some work is going to be done now, so it will not reach zero. Third one, what is going to be, it started decreasing, become negative, and it is going to be start diminishing. So these are all the three stages. Okay, production thing. Okay, next class we will see the next topic. Thank you, ma'am.